Hello everyone, and welcome back to another live stream on twitch.tv/Asuma, where we are playing Parkitect. I just clicked on the screen and it all changed. This feels like a great way to go into the stream, right? We're playing this game, here's the logo. Well, I think we're looking at the credits, I must have clicked on something there. Thank you for the bananas in chat, peeps. Estellian says, oh my, this sweet music. Got some Mizuku today. Not going to use the game's soundtrack. I listened to a tiny bit of it and I didn't think it was quite what I wanted to listen to. Plus, I don't think it really plays the music a lot, and I always like music on in the stream, so we're not going to hear the game sound, but we are playing this new game. I also got two big things I need to talk about. I've had to emergency buy a new computer, and I also had a thing with my Factorio series on my main channel, so we'll talk about those at about an hour into the stream, I figured. Let's focus on the game here at the beginning. We also had some amazing in-between stream support. I haven't streamed for a couple of days, and we've had Arlak Furfin subscribing, Spidey Wren subscribed, and then Lucky Boy 99, RTDK, and Peace and Love all subscribing tier 3. I'm assuming that's related to the Patreon situation. I heard that Patreon was having trouble. I should really look into that, but I haven't had... I'll make a note, peeps. Look into what's going on Patreon. Okay, right, after the stream I will look into that. AdumDum85 resubscribing for 11 months in a row during the pre-stream. Sweeney Dunstan Gaming is here resubscribing for 13 months in a row. Thank you ever so much. Rod Knight UK resubscribing for 2 months. Professor Dr. Pug resubscribing for 17 months with Amazon Prime. And Scatlon has subscribed with Amazon Prime. Thank you ever so much. Appreciate your support ever so much as always, peeps. And if you didn't know, Twitch has changed it so that the months are now the total months as opposed to rolling months. So if ever you've subscribed for a long time and then had to stop, if you subscribed again, you would get all those old numbers there, which is cool. Tiny T says, Asuma, what do you think of the YouTube or Twitter auto-tweet thingy? I think it was a really strange decision to remove it. I can't help but feel that there may have been a different technical reason or legal reason. I mean, it just seemed pretty bizarre to remove a feature like that. But luckily, I found something called If That Then This, I think it's called. ifttt.com or something. And I linked the two things together, and there was like a pre-built app to tweet them out. So the Twitter won't be affected, basically. Alright, so welcome to Parkitect. We should jump in and play. We'll do the campaign levels, I think. Cool. Is that it? Is that the I'm not really sure what we're looking at here. Okay, I can move left to right. And I guess all of this is hidden. Are these the levels? Those are the levels. So maybe we'll do this one first. Loopy Lagoon. It's a tutorial level. Warm weather and idyllic setting. Well, I don't think I need to do the tutorial to play this game. I jumped in and the interface is the same as Roller Coaster Tycoon 2, apart from looking slightly different. Also, the game sounds themselves in this game might be quite loud. In fact, let's first of all resume. Can I zoom in? Is it louder when I zoom in? It's louder when I zoom out. What's making the noise? This. Okay, so we'll use that. Then we'll... Oh, okay, it disappears when I go here. I'm gonna have to guess. Let's just put it at, like, down here for now. Is world, like, global? Oh, I don't know, because it's changed the value of these. Whatever. Hopefully that's better, peeps. Hopefully it don't get in the way too much. Okay, so I kind of know how to use the camera, but we'll do that quickly. Middle mouse to do that. Arrow keys to do this. Zoom in, zoom out as well. Left alt, middle mouse. Oh, you can change the tilt. That's very nice. Ooh, I like that top-down view. Oh, that's very good. I kind of like the isometric. Q and E to rotate. I got it to locked isometric, so it feels like RCT2. Page up, page down for zooming as well. And is that it, or...? Alright, okay. Awesome. Building controls. If you want to build a theme park, you should really know how building works. Fortunately, it's not too difficult. Alright. Open the deco menu. That's decorations down here. and then we select something like a flower box, and then we go to place it. We can hold shift to go up and down, I think. Maybe this thing doesn't go up and down. Okay, as long as any building tool is open and your cursor looks like the brush, you can destroy things with it by right-clicking. Okay, very cool. Can I destroy a path? Is there like a path that won't mess anything up? Okay. The OCD people are going to go, no! No, X, that one path, it's missing. So it's not just deco stuff we can probably destroy. I'm guessing if we right-click on a ride, it's going to open up. Cancel. We don't want to do that. Okay. Oh, it says only ones that belong to the same category. We just tested that and it's not quite the case. Alright, bulldoze tool as well. So this down here, and then I guess you drag an area with it. Not so sure about that. Okay, there's text in the top right corner. Okay, spacebar to rotate, that's a good one. Okay, left shift or left control? It's not actually doing that. Oh, yeah, then you move the mouse, no? Most things can be raised up or down by holding left shift and moving the mouse up and down. Most things. Probably not the thing I've selected. Well, I selected something earlier when I was messing around with it that you could do. I'm going to guess something like this will probably be shiftable. There you go. That's what it's talking about, but it doesn't work with the flower box. And then you can adjust the height and place it at whatever level. So you can have stuff floating in the sky. Maybe not this thing. Maybe it's supposed to go up here as well. There you go, we put it on top of there. Wonderful. Okay, finally some tips for building deco. Object pipelet tool. On top, near the deco window. And that allows you to select what is this thing. There you go, you can build it again. That's really good. That's a good one to know. Right, left alt, they snap to a grid. Very good. These are worth knowing, I think. Let's bulldoze. Well, let's bulldoze that. Nice. Okay, first ride. Let's read the noises in the ear, by the way. Pharaoh15, subscribe with Amazon Prime. Morgan Corn, subscribe, thank you ever so much. Nova Tom has subscribed with Amazon Prime. And Panax ACV is here resubscribing for 40 months in a row, saying quite a bit since I subscribed to you, I guess. It is 40 months. It's actually 39, I lied. Panax, everyone else, thank you so much for the subscriptions and the support, it's always appreciated. Sonny says the animations are really good. Yeah, I'm not a fan of 3D games, and I don't think I would particularly be fond of this style, but being able to view it on the isometric plane, and I think the colour palette is quite well done. It's got a charm to it. I'm actually quite fond of what I'm looking at. It's actually really nice, you know. I just, instinctively, I'm not so keen on 3D games, but this really feels like it's got it. Man, look at that. Beautiful. It's looking gorgeous. I haven't built a roller coaster yet. I did build like a park and look at the menus and see that most stuff is the same. Alright, so rides are the most important thing. There are very big and intense rides like roller coasters, also smaller and less intense rides. Roller coasters attract new people to the park. Okay, let's go over here. Alright, the classic carousel. So down here we go to rides, we select the carousel and we plop it down where it wants us to. Then, just like RCT, we put in our entrance and our exit, and the camera gets rotated for us. Amazing. We can build a path, and I'm not sure if this thing has... Wait, we've got to select Q, yeah. I'm not sure if this thing has quite the same setup as RCT2, where you can program it step by step, but look, you can choose the colours of this. So here, we might have a connection issue. Let's see if it's smart. No, it's smart. Excellent. And there you go, we customised the colour of it as well, so you could do things like match your rides together. Then we've got to open it, right? Cool, I like this chart right here, revenue. So you can kind of get a better idea of how profitable it is. The statistics are pretty much the same as RCT2. Yeah, look at this, I mean, so much of this is the same. You can't make this window a little bit bigger, which is unfortunate. So it's really cool. Oh, I didn't quite read all of that. Yes, research. Okay, and then you, just like RCT, there's a research section. It's a little bit more complicated, but that's cool. We've got a noise in the ear from Eldons, who is doing cheers and throwing the bits, saying cheer to cheer, cheer, cheer. Good morning, X. I hope your new comp works out and enables you to do what you love. Keep up the good stuff. Appreciate the message of support. I'm sure it will once I assemble it. I'm looking forward to assembling it. I will talk about the computer stuff later because not only are there some details to let you know in on what's happened, there's also like some mindfulness stuff I wanted to talk about as well. So Quirian 1999 is here resubscribing for 2 months in a row. Thank you, Quirian. I appreciate your support as always. And Surprise Tolprin chat is saying, can you play this game in Evil X mode? Probably. You could probably find a way to make it evil. Way more managing options, says Yivisona. I haven't gone into it that deep. All I've seen are a few more so far. We'll see though. Sooner or later your park will have to make money or it will close. You can either charge guests for rides or charge a fee at the entrance or do both. Okay, just the basics. Yep, shops are a source. Okay, right, it's going to teach us how to adjust prices. How much can you charge? Excitement. They'll be willing to pay more, but you should listen to guests' your opinions to find out, just like RCT. To get the full picture on how well your park is doing, let's take a peek at the finance window in the left bar. Let's move this over to here. We can also pin it. By the way, I changed the UI size, I just remembered. This is good for me, but maybe some of the screens are a little bit big. I could possibly tweak and change it. So it's like a summary of income and outcome. The most important role is operating, which is this one, I think. Alright, you can break it down a little bit. This is the song from the Evil X episode where I did that narrating voice. And so Asuma and Evil X went their own ways, or something like that. It sounded like Gandalf. Oh, I've got to go watch that episode again. I love that episode. Episode 666. I knew it had to be special. And it was weird. Right, operating, which is the sum of all money you're making and spending simply from running the park. I think it's saying that this is like your day-to-day running of the park, so you can look at other things a little different. Anyway, I want to get through this quickly. In case you run out of money, you can get loans. We know all about loans from RCT. It's that tab right there. Okay, shops. Let's get through this. Your guests will go hungry and thirsty eventually, so let's look at how... Rain! Rain! Why do they put rain in these games? To be fair, this rain doesn't look too bad, does it? It doesn't affect the video that much. I hope. Your guests will get hungry and thirsty eventually, so let's look at how to operate and build a store. Okay, go to the shops. Which one do you want me to build? Anything? Soft drinks? Let's get some pizza in there. Man, I love a slice of... Jeez, that was derpy. I love a slice of pizza. Yeah, I think the UI is a little bit too big for me. Oh, it wants me to put it in literally there. Okay, it's out of stock. This is something that I noticed is a little different here. Okay, so I noticed that you can hire an employee that brings stock around. Ah, look at this. Right. Okay, so this is a delivery center. I'm going to guess that that's the same in every level because I've seen it in a different level. Also, we've got a couple of noises in the air. I'll get to those in just a second. This over here is your park delivery center, another noise in the air, where all shop products arrive. A hauler has to pick up these crates and deliver them to the shops. Right now, your park has No haulers to the staff management window, blah 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 blah. Place him on a path. You see, when I read text, it doesn't. I don't absorb it as well. And then when I read it, but don't say it, I feel like I'm, you know, not doing a good job or whatever. For all of you who are watching. All right, so we've got a hauler in. This is what I saw. So let's hire 2 of them. So they will basically bring in the stock and go deliver it. So this makes the logistical side of things, like having staff only access to things. I think that's probably what it's going to get me to do now. Ah, yeah, they can be stocked from the back. So I'm going to go down here, create a staff only road, and put it from there to there. Very good. That's nice. So when you're laying out a park, you might want to keep like a semicircle of shops around here, so you've got a small walking distance. That's it. That's good. I like that aspect. It gives you more of a management feel. Oh, jeez! I've just seen why there's so many noises in my ear. Goodness me! Quirian 1999. Thank you for gifting. What is that? 10 subs. Appreciate your support to the community ever so much, my friend. I will. I'll read these out in just a second. Also, Monkey083 has subscribed with Amazon Prime. Monkey, thank you ever so much for your support. It is truly appreciated. And did the noises in the ear stop? I believe they may have stopped. We're 16 minutes into the stream, peeps. We've almost finished the tutorial. I've got a hot cup of tea. Primal Pea Shooter says, what happened to Factorio? I'm almost done with it. I'm probably going to do some achievement hunting. But if you're interested in Factorio, I started a new series on my main channel, but I might just move it to my second channel, just so you know. I'm going to shift from streaming Factorio to just playing it in my own time and making videos with it. Now that I've played the game all the way through. Smith G says, I have this game, but I couldn't really get into it. I hope it gives me new ideas. Well, for me, this game is RCT2 spiritual successor, so I already feel like I can just come in here and have the same old fun I'd have in RCT2. If that turns out to be true or not, I'm not entirely sure. We did this step right here, and well done. Food creates trash, put some trash bins or it'll turn into a dump. Up here is where bins are. Trash bins. Large trash bin, let's put a couple of those in. I'm expecting them to snap. Am I building it in the sky? How did we do the up and down thing? Right mouse button to delete object. I want to place. Oh. What? It doesn't own the building rights. Does it want me to put them here? Oh, okay. That was weird. It just wants me to put them there. Okay, so now it wants me to get janitors. This is dragging on a little bit. Let's put in a couple of janitors. Apparently I'm still placing bins. Okay, there we go. Right, now we're not placing bins. Now we're placing janitors. Alright, cool. So if you hear your name being read out, it's because Quirian1999 has gifted you a subscriber. So listen out. Derp22228701 has subscribed. Has been gifted a sub. Emariu, Aunt TR, Ashrat_, Jacob RZ, Merry Rovers Rule, Drashan Shimmer, Eagle55999, Kurex, and Apple Computers. Thank you ever so much for coming to the stream today, and be sure to put a love heart in chat for Quirian, who's gifted you a sub from the kindness of their heart. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for the support. Also, Toxsoft has subscribed with Amazon Prime. Toxsoft, I appreciate using your Prime subscription on me. Okay, so stocking shops has a cost, and the shopkeepers want to be paid each month as well. Yes, okay, makes sense. Cool, so now behind the scenes, what is this? Alright, so underground paths. Another option is using the transport system, which is fast but expensive. Okay, that's different. utility buildings. Trash chute. Huh. So there's like an underground layout aspect. Not sure if I like that very much. This appears to be a transport system. I don't know what way it's supposed to face. I think we're actually underground now. Right, that was... Trash chute. Haulers can pick up... What does it want me to build? A depot, right. Sorry, I've got this all wrong. So that means... Oh, I can right-click to remove those. R to rotate isn't a thing? How do we rotate then? Space, yes, that's right. And it looks to me like it should be that way around. Okay, now we've got an underground connection, that's cool. And I think... No, that's not what I wanted to do. Whoa. Where are we? So I can click here. Alright, if I click and drag, then it makes... Gotcha. Then click and drag. All the way over here. And it connects to that one there. It's not the craziest thing, is it? And then there's one going to that. Interesting. Near some shops. Okay, so we've got to close the tube builder and click on the depot and add the 2 shops to it. So we put a depot here. The icons are there to tell you what to do. Alright, so it lets me do it like that. That's very smart. Add. Okay, I think that means that they'll get supplied. There is some crates there. Let's go employ a hauler and slap him right there and see what he does. You're just going to walk back and forth, apparently. Alright, he picks up a crate. Beautiful. That's quite cool. You know, I think the more layers of management you add to a game like this, there's a point where, for me anyway, playing it, that it might become a bit much. This I thought might be a bit much, but actually, I don't know, it seems quite simple, so it can be pretty fun when you place down shops that also then think, right, and now I've got to set up a supply system for this. Guests enjoy being fully immersed in your park. They don't want to see how it operates behind the scenes. Whenever they get a direct view of park utility buildings, this breaks their immersion. Oh, that's a good idea. I like that. Okay, so open the visualization window. Decorations. Ah. Fascinating. Oh, I like that. Okay, but now the bit at the top is kind of in the way. Cool. We'll put that over here and pin it. Okay, we could raise the terrain, so it's going to teach us how to do that. Or fences, or some trees. There are many ways of doing this. I would like to do that just now, while it's fresh in the mind. So we could go to... Do we have a search? Let's... Oh, what's this as well? Oh, themes, right. Let's search for fence. And something that's not transparent, preferably, like a stone fence. Oops. Right, and where do they have a view of all of this? So can I put that there? That kind of blocks off the entrance for staff. So maybe that should be a gate. Let's type gate. Where does that want to go? It doesn't want to go there. No, it does. Kind of looks like I've placed it well and truly off the grid as well. So, how do we snap to grids? Is it Control? Is it Alt? Okay, there you go. So you have the freedom to place sort of freehand as well as snap to the grid. I personally like to snap to the grid most of the time, just so things are nice and neat. Alright, so there's a gate and here's a fence. Wow, this UI is kind of big. I'm not sure if what we did the first time really blocked off the view at all. Maybe we could do that as well. Ah, look, it made that area. Oh no, then it didn't like that. Bit quirky, you can get a bit of a bad rating there. Wonder where else it goes red. But that's the staff area. Very interesting. Let's go to building coasters next. Get rid of that. A good coaster will attract many new guests to our park. Let's learn how to build one. Absolutely. Here's an initial station piece for the junior coaster. Simply right click on this piece to start editing. We got a noise in the ear from Let's Do It 135790 resubscribing for 2 months in a row with the Amazon Prime, saying, what a delay Twitch ad. I love your content. Keep up the great work. Also, Parkitect type. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate your support. Glad you're enjoying what we do here. Badger says, I've missed the Izuku music, however epic the Factorio music is. I was almost tempted to put the Factorio music on today, but then I didn't think it matched the game, so I didn't. Wild Max says, the darn title is misleading. Please replace it or I will sort of die. What is the title? Did it update properly? What's the title? Parkitect RCT2 Spiritual Successor. I don't think that's misleading at all. If you've ever played RCT2, everything we are doing now is very akin to that game. Here's where perhaps it gets a little bit... Okay, it wants me to build 4 station tiles. It's going to get a little bit... yeah, a little bit different. I think there are extra banks, same types of turns. This here might allow for more detail. Okay, now we want the hill option with the lift. Where's the lift icon? 5 upslope segments. Oh, there it is. Okay. This right here is a bit grey and dull. 2, 3, 4, 5. I like this ghost vehicle. That's really good. That's really clever. Okay, then we go flat. And now we drop. Can I do that? Even that steepness? Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then go back to flat. Right, and what does that do though? Oh, you can stretch it. Wow. Okay, that's a nice feature. And then how much embankment are we allowed? Degrees of 5. Wow. All right, that's different. So we're going to turn that way. And then can I... Oh, that would be horrible going around a turn like that. Oh, that would make you feel awful. You want to bank it on the inside. Let's go for 25. Let's build that. And another curve. Can I also then adjust this? No. Visualize. What's this? Oh, wow. Okay, that really helps. So if I went... Oh, I can't make it wonky. Interesting. That really lets you get into the details. I wanted to ask what RCT is, but then I realised it stands for Roller Coaster Tycoon, says Emil Lurks. You are absolutely correct. That is the one. Okay, downwards. Oh wow, that looks cool. Oh, it doesn't want me to go underground though, does it? Okay, it's a good idea to bring it back to the height, yep. It looks like it wants to go underground. Okay, no, actually it says then to make it to 2. Okay, so that just extends the straight bit as one big bit, okay. Train is still quite fast and we need to take a few more turns to get back to the station. We could build some curves again, but since we don't need that much speed anymore, we can also brake the train. Okay, so it wants the brake segment, and then there's also a block brake. 10 miles an hour seems to be default. got to set it to free. Okay, yeah, all good. Oh, look at that. That's really good, the block size thing. Yes, because this thing used to have like a small and a larger one. Oh, I see. Also, what is that? Height marks? Is that a toggle to look at? Okay, apparently I want to make the segment size 1. That doesn't line up properly. S-bends? Ah, okay. What are these? The helix. Okay, there we go. Alright, there we go. We've just done all of the tutorials, peeps. Now we get to start a proper level. Not bad, right? Hazoo Kitty has raided us with a party of 11. Hazoo Kitty, thank you ever so much for the raid. I appreciate that. Hazoo Kitty says hi there. Hi, thanks for the raid. I appreciate it. Are you a Parkitect streamer? This is my first time streaming Parkitect. That was the one that we clicked on. That was the tutorial level. So Maple Meadows is our first actual level. A large clearing on the frontier of a maple forest. The perfect place to build your first park from. The ground up. Yes, so 200 guests in the park. Optional. Complete all the non-optional goals by the end of the year. Yeah, we'll try and do all of that. Miyataki is here, resubscribing for 29 months in a row. Miyataki, thank you ever so much for your continued wonderful support. I truly do appreciate it. And I hope you enjoy the stream. So, shall we not charge people to come in and charge people to go on the rides this time around? We can do it different each time. Try different business models and have fun. We will open. We are open. But we will pause to begin with. We've got 28,000. And we have a staff area here. So I think it would be smart to look at this space as having staff paths and shops like that, right? So we could lay down the foundation for a big main walkway of the same material. Okay, that's going to go up here. Okay, and then we're going to turn to the other side. Okay, and that's going to be the bulk of our main path layout. And I think what we'll do is we'll put some flowers on the inside and decorate it and have sitting areas with shops closer to the back here. So let's rotate. Okay, and we've got some bushes in the way here, do we? Can I build through the bush there? I'm going to go this way. And then we pretty much might as well hug the wall, right? Especially if we're going around the corner. So that's for us, for layout purposes, to know, hey, we can build shops and stuff over there. Cool, and then our rides are going to go over in this area. So let's go and plan out our first ride. Eos Tiola says, nah, we're just super late like Zelda randomized runners, but I enjoy the Hermitcraft stuff. Cool. I believe Hazoo Kitty mentioned you. Oh, thank you for the nice message, and thank you for the follow, Hazoo. This is like Roller Coaster Tycoon, yes. RCT2. Right, now at the entrance, I think having a good old Ferris wheel on display always looks awesome. We'll put the Ferris wheel... Maybe we can integrate a path around here to make it a little bit more interesting. I think I'm going to put the Ferris wheel here. We'll have a queuing area in front, and our exits, we always want to get our exits a little closer to the main path. So we can put some queues here and have a path that goes around the side and leads into a carousel. Okay, should we use a different thing coming off the... I think we will. I think the main path will be orange, and then separate paths will be like so. Okay, so you're going to go over here, around the back, and then somewhere around there we'll have a carousel. By the way, peeps, we're going to do this with the game on pause, so we're going to get all the infrastructure in place. So I feel like the carousel should be a little closer to the path, and then we should have that path that I just built come through the back. Where is my exit? It is one block over, okay. So I'm going to put you right there. Okay, but we're going to put the... Oops. We're going to put the entrance around the back. If I do that, will it... Okay, yes, it's brought this thing open. Entrance, and we'll put the exit there. Let's get our path. If you're also thinking about, like, you're kind of, like, using up a lot of space, I am. I want to make this park nice and pretty. Oh, look, it matched the, it matched them. That's really cool. Okay, so let's match the colour of our tiling system. Oh, maybe we want to pick a different... Let's go with the blocky one. Or, no, actually I like that one. That's nice and smooth. So let's go ahead and get that light grey colour. I think that's already what we had. And match it with a lightish red. So it kind of matches the top of the carousel there. Do we have a wild pony butts in chat? I see lots of people saying pony. Pony, pony. A giant cake, says Minnie Moo. A giant cake. I could do a slice of cake right now. Miyataki says the city of Townsville. Is that what we're going to call this place? Okay, I want it to go like that. Let's go back to our regular path. We're going to drag that this way and then that way. Beautiful. Nice use of space. Okay, and then this one down here. I'm actually tempted to now edit that entrance. So if I right click on it. Hello, we need to edit the entrance, exit. Let's put the entrance here. Then it's one close to the path. Kind of wanted it to not touch the path. But it'll be fine. Don't get crazy OCD with it, eh? I could actually move the entire Ferris wheel back by one. I'm getting crazy OCD with it, eh? Hello? Hello? Oh! Oh, it cost me 600 to remove it. It's the same price, so no biggie. Remember, we are paused. Okay, so this time I'm going to put the entrance there and the exit here. And then we're going to go and grab our path tool. Now we're going to match the colour. This thing seems to be like a blue. So we will take that and we will... That looks quite nice. Have a little entrance like so. This is going to leave lots of room for putting hedges and whatnot in and around it, which look cool. Meow Knight says, just the tip, X. Just the tip? What are we talking about? This sounds a bit dodgy. Seagull says, I'm not here to kink shame, but that's a weird reason to watch MLP. Is there some sort of other discussion going on? Emil Lurk says, it looks like they haven't even got into out of the wheel. This wheel? Who knows? The park isn't open yet, so we'll let it be. Oh, there's also blueprints. You can buy some really cool stuff here, like a balloon shop with decorations around, I believe. We won't go into that too much. Let's go for a ride on the spiral slide. Hang on, we've done a couple of gentles. Let's get a couple of thrill rides in here. Let's think about what we're going to do. We're going to put our coasters further into the park. We're not going to do a transport ride. We might do that. So let's get two thrill. Let's get the Graviton and the Twister. You know what I'm trying to say. So over here, we're going to separate the area a little bit. That'll do for now. Let's get another thrill ride. I've still got lots and lots of money and we're paused. Let's get a Twister into that space. Look at that beautiful layout. We'll create a separate path here and have it as like a separate area. Okay, and let's get some industrial looking paths. Okay, so we'll probably have like exits and entrances and then queues. So we're going to have that as a gap, and that's where... Oh, you are a bit brighter than I expected. Maybe we can tone you down. What about that? Do you not actually have a colour? Do I delete first? Aha! That's more like what I was looking for. Okay, I think we'll actually put the exits on the outside. So let's go edit these videos. Ooh! Huh. That's I found a bug! Ladies and gentlemen, I found a bug. Maybe we'll go back and... Let's just go with stone bricks. Let's hope that's easier on the eye. Although it's the same sort of colour. Oh, that's weird. I don't know if that's a bug or not. We'll leave it alone. This song always reminds me of the game Portal, says Fred. It does look an awful lot like RCT2, says Jorian. If it does, I'm fine with it. We've needed a successor to that game for a long time. Hey, I like the way it changed the texture of the park here, although when we turn it goes a bit dark, but that's fine. So now for the queuing, we shall go with, let's see, this one is yellow and black, so we'll go with that this time. Get a nice strong yellowish colour, and then a darker shade on that one. Okay, so we'll go into that little space. Have that for that little area, that's cool. On the opposite side we've got red. Should we go with red and black? We'll go in there and change the colour. So let's change that one to red. Come over here and do the same little layout again. And then we'll change the colour of this ride. Oh, it is kind of red and black already. Let's change that one to an absolute. There we go, it's more like it. So when I rotate, do the colours change on the ride? Yes, look at this. We've got like the sun shining in at this angle, I think, is the problem. So the game is shaded different from different angles. I think that's something they should probably fix. I don't know, it looks kind of strange. Did you ever play RCT3, says MC Railroader. I did not. I never liked the visual look of it. I've never been that keen on 3D games, and it just didn't appeal to me. Alright, so now would be a good place to have a roller coaster. A spinning coaster would be kind of intense. I wonder if we can get a template for that, because I'd actually just like to start off with a coaster pre-built and then design one once the park is running. So if we go in here and have a look at what's available, we've got ones with lots of decoration. Whew, some are quite expensive. The Hungry Caterpillar, that looks really well designed. Contains unresearched products. Yikes. What's this? That doesn't... I can't see the supports, which makes it look really quite odd. Since it's a pre-built one, I wonder if there's something we could just fit in the middle. Like a Ferris wheel, because it's slim would have been ideal. We need to research, but we're not running the game, so nothing will happen. Let's get 3 months of research going. We need to hire a research team. And we need to focus them on... We'll go with thrill rides to begin with. Monthly budget of... Let's go for 300, let's say. And that'll cost a fair bit. So we'll start doing that, but obviously we're paused. Estellian says that schedule is out of date now. I'm waiting to see what X's plans are for February. My February streaming plans are probably going to be this game and Minecraft. Not going to stream Factorio as much now. Just changing things up as we go, you know, and come up with something different each month. Not doing daily streams either, but similar streaming time, similar sort of frequency. I think if we put something like that here, it might be in the way. Well, we could actually. I could reckon we could squeeze this in. Okay, if we put a... Oh, I needed that. Put an entrance here and an exit there. Then we'll have a nice slim little compact thing. So we've got yellow and black, red and black. Let's make this one blue and black. Or actually, no, maybe green and black. So I can see a lot of that. Let's go for that colour again. Try and make that green more prominent. It's looking yellowish. Maybe we'll select those greens. And then the red we want to be black. Okay, and that's looking pretty slick now, if you ask me. So in our paths, be cool if there were a little tool. Oh, that's repaint path style. Be cool if there were a tool to like match it to something you're looking at. Like I can click on the ride and then it could go boop and do it for you. That's not what we want anymore. Thanks. Okay, so we're gonna go and have that. It's a bit shorter, but that's fine. And then hopefully we'll have a little bit of an entrance here for the ride that we're going to do. So mini roller coaster, Worm Express was an option. I now wonder if one of these other ones would be a little bit better. There's also this. No, I think we'll go with that Worm Express. Oh, there's also the spinning coaster. Vortex. Jeez. So if it's got that red text at the bottom, we can't use it yet. Excitement 46, that seems crazy high. These numbers must be different from RCT2. So there doesn't appear to be a rotate feature. How do I Uh-oh. How do I rotate? If R doesn't rotate, what do I do, peeps? What do I do? Laurent Pavot says, hello, X. This game reminded me of Theme Park World. Awesome. I mean, Theme Park is the game that inspired RCT2 and 1, and this is very much RCT though. Spacebar! Space! Thank you, peeps. Thank you ever so much for reminding me. Not sure I like that one as much as the other one. So the Worm Express. See, that fits snugly back into this area. I think I'm more tempted to actually wait and custom build one now. I think that's what we'll do. So let's look at getting some decorations in next, and then we can do the shops. And then we'll open the park eventually. Right, so I know what I want. I'd like something like this. Going around the outside. I think that one looks really good. Okay, now I can grid snap if I hold all. Oh, look at that. It's a different type of grid. That's not what I wanted to do. No. Wait, space? Why did it do that? Can I not drag? So I dragged and it rotated. Alright, I see. It's a shame I can't place these like, you know, a draggable kind of thing. So this will go a long way, my friends. To making our park look exquisite. I wonder if it will let me place one inside the other, right? It happens to not line up that way, but can I put... I can! Oh, I can put them inside one another. Not that I want to do that, just experimenting. Okay, so rotate, and then put them all along here. We got a noise in the ear from Darkermans099, who's resubscribing for 4 months. Darkermans, thank you ever so much for your resubscription. I appreciate that support, and I hope you enjoy today's live stream playing Parkitect. Playing the Parkitect. MC Railroader says Subnautica is neat. Meow Knight says I brought Subnautica, my PC doesn't care for it much. It's one of those 3D graphic intensive games, right? I mean, that might just happen when you play those. Apparently I messed one up, someone said. I mean, they all look pretty neat to me. Yep. No! No, I made a mistake all this time. Let's rotate. And then... oh, jeez. The whole thing is wrong. The whole thing is a lie. Well, thank goodness you peeps are here to point out my mistakes. I do actually want to go investigate and see if there's some smaller pieces. So before we tidy up that end, let's go rotate. This really needs a drag tool, I think. Drag tool would be perfect here, because this could have been done in seconds. I also could have built it with a tiny bit of a gap, which I think would have looked nicer. Okay, now I think we probably need to investigate clicking on the right thing first. So we chose the planter, but I don't see... there's a smaller bit like that. Oh, there's also a mushroom. So I think we have to work with this one tile that we got. Let's grab that. So in the case of this one, I'm going to rotate it and do it like that. Or I could do that. Ah, make it, turn it into a corner piece. Clever. Clever old X. Not really. How much is this game, says FreeDeb. It was £21, seems pretty reasonable for me. I can't remember if it was early access or not. So much stuff is. I mean, today we generally play games while they're in development, right? That's just a thing now, thanks to Minecraft. Okay, let's go down here. So we can't do quite the same thing there, and that's fine. I think what I'm going to do is put you there and that one there. And you may or may not notice the gap, but that's fine. And up here I think I want to do that. Very nice. Okay, so that's the first part of making this area look pretty. Next thing we want to do is grab flower pots. Oh look, there's the, I think these are the smaller types as well. I kind of like the bigger ones. So, flowers. Here we go. Flower box. I think I like that one more. It's got the white base as well. Now, I don't get to pick the colours of these, which is alright. Let's go ahead and space them out 2 apart each time. Okay, and then what's the... I need like a back button here. I think it's, yeah, just go to the top of the screen is what I've got to remember. Oh, there is colour. Aha. Let's go ahead and match it with the rides in the area. Okay. That's cool. That leaves us with a few spaces to put something different in. Trees are... Ooh, I like these. I like those. Some of these, some of those. Let's get a little grid going over here. I think that one isn't actually in the same grid. That looks really cool. Okay, then I think we'll replicate that on the opposite side. That is wonderful. Clear that throat. Wild Max says, "I break." You're a little bit keen there. A little bit keen. Cone Sikara says it's not in early access anymore. Alright, thanks for the info. I'm Mr. Ignorant over here. We need you letting me know. Let's go with those ones in this little space. In fact, I might just put one on its lonesome. So that's really nice. I think we need some trees around the outside now, and then we need to sort out decorating our paths. Let's go ahead, grab some trees. Blobby tree! I like the blobby tree. I'll take one of those, please. Oh, goodness me, that's large. Okay. We'll put you right in the corner over there. And over here. I mean, I'm not really going to grid align these too much, right? So they kind of mark out the areas. Now, having one on the inside, I don't think I actually want to do. Let's go back to our... I've got to go to the top of the screen, haven't I? So maybe we can put some smaller ones in and around here. Oh, there's lots of trees. Trees, trees, trees. Okay, so I'm still gonna... I think I'm still gonna grid align, but not to place them perfectly adjacent to one another. Just so, like, there's a bit of uniformity to the layout. Okay, and then we need to go back to our tree menu. Select a different type. That's a large one. Small, there we go. Okay, so that looks nice. I wonder if there's anything we can put in between the trees. A willow tree. Ooh, that's gorgeous. I feel like we should have that right here at the entrance. That's just like the old willow tree that you can go and sit under if you want to. Okay, so we had trees, topiary, might go in that area but probably not. Rocks, oh, I haven't even thought about using something like a rock. And then plants, maybe we'll find what we want in here. I think the shrubs wouldn't look good. Bulrush might help, and long grass. Let's try some of this. Yeah, that's what we need, just details, you know. This is like a behind the fence kind of area, right? Getting those sweet, sweet details in. Okay, they're nicely spaced out. What we do want, though, is a patch of something. So let's get our long grass in, and this will be way more prevalent. Prevalent! Using fancy words, am I? Okay, that's great. Just get it all in there. That's good. I think, actually, the grid align might hold it back a little bit here. It kind of looks like it falls into place a little bit too much, right? Hey, we're living and we're learning. We can do different bits in different parts of the park. X is having too much fun with the deco, says Onez. I know, right? We haven't even opened the park yet. I mean, that's how much fun I'm having. Shrubs! Oh, I need a shrub. That's a large shrub. Can we get a small shrub, please? Can we get a small shrub? I mean, that looks smaller. Oh, jeez. It's ginormous. Good old shrub. Okay, there we go. Couple nearby. And one over there. Okay, that's got a real nice feel to it now, right? I'm loving this. Alright. So now that we've taken care of that, I feel like this entrance deserves a bit of something special. If we go back to the topiary, that's like the most fancy one. Let's go ahead and put some of those in a row. I mean, that one goes into the wall. That looks very strange. So we'll just have 3. Cool. That feels like that's what it needs to be. Now, I also want to decorate some of the this stuff, right? Let's get rid of that. And let's use the same decoration. So what I do is I use this tool, grab that, give it a little rotation. Oh, it's snapping. We didn't have that before. Why did I not have the snap? I think it was the size of the thing we were using. So now I need access to the grid. And I don't have access to the grid. So this is a hedge. I can make a hedge end, or I can use that. Alright, and that lets me snap. Beautiful. Let's actually go... Whoopsie. So we got some nice... whoopsie again. We got some nice old symmetry developing here, right? Oh, I'm liking that. That's really good. I think we're going to put this around the willow. So, not like that, though. Back to the top. Let's use the slopey one. Still getting used to controls. Let's snap that to the grids. Little rotation going on here. Snap that to the grid. And then go back to our deco. I'm thinking too much about the controls. There we go. And just those two will meet into. That's really nice. That's really nice. McRailroader says, I agree, make a shrub turtle. Is there a shrub turtle available? Goodness me, we need a shrub turtle. Hang on a second. Maybe even a shrub turtle shrine. Oh, I wonder if there's a waterfall. Water. Ah, water curtain, rafts. Blue whale. Pavilion? I need a pavilion. Oh, geez, I should have looked through more of these details before jumping into building stuff. We can put scaffolds, shapes... walls. Oh, I could get lost in all of this detail. Okay. Ooh. Oh, we need that here at the old willow tree, don't we? Oh, I never put in my bins and stuff on the path. Let's go ahead. Also, I think the bandwidth here at the entrance might be a bit narrow. We should probably make this path a little bigger in a moment. Let's rotate and snap you to the grid. There. Beautiful. Oh, that is a lovely little detail. Okay. What else we've got? Entrance booth. Oh, these are all the details right here. I mean, I don't even know what this entrance booth does. But a little building like this will go a long way. So if we have a look, there's a door on the side, which makes me think it should have staff access on one side. So really, this building should be right there with the willow tree. And our map thing is in the way. Great. Let's rotate. So that's where it should be. Maybe we'll put it there anyway. Let's grid align. So it's not cool with being... I'm going to put this one in manually then. Okay, now when we rotate this way, the map board will get moved over, I think. Oh, there's a clock. Oh, jeez, I'm getting distracted. I'm getting distracted in a big way. I want to put the clock somewhere. Let's put it... I don't know. Okay. Now, if I do that and come down here, then right-click to remove it. Now, can I... Ah, that looks good. No, it doesn't. I think we're just going to plop it in manually. In fact, I'm starting to think the manual plopping of things is better. Right, that looks really cool. Geometric says, can you actually get on some of the rides? Oh, that's the thing we need to do, isn't it? Also, peeps are talking about the shrub turtle. Shrub turtle. Oh, jeez, it's ginormous. Okay, shrub turtle. Where are we at? Where are we going? I'm gonna put it here for now, okay? And we're gonna possibly put that in somewhere later. I mean, that is a shrub turtle. The one and only. Alright, so we need to finish decorating this area. Since we did flowers in this bit, I think we want to go with something different. What did we discover here? We've got trees, we've got gates, pavilions. I don't think they're going to quite suit, although something like that might look nice over the exit. Oh, that does look nice over the exit. Cool. I'm going to put one over there as well. Okay, now, if I... Jeez, no, that was a bad move. Oh no, it's the wrong type. Oh, back to normal. What I want to do is paint that. So if I get the paintbrush tool, and I tip that and then click here. Very handy. We talked about this earlier, and we've got the ability to do it with the brush tool. Okay, except your colours aren't quite right, are they? Clearly. Maybe it was that one. Very nice. Cool, and we'll keep that one as is. Doesn't that look good? Sumo Void has been reunited with his turtles, says Trent Holes. I have indeed. By the way, peeps, it is time for the world famous eye break. The thing that everyone tunes into. Everyone's going to be gone after this. They're going to go, right, that was the eye break, I'm going home. Peeps, believe it or not, it's time to stop looking at the stream. You're thinking, what is going on? I'll go watch someone else stream. I'll check my email. I'll look at my phone. No! I'm encouraging you to look away from the screen, to look outside. Look at something that's real, okay? Look at something that's not just a light shining into your eyes. This is the eye break. This is where I remind you that your eyes need a rest from looking at those bright lights. Okay, it feels weird to do this every stream, but here we are. I'm taking a moment just to look away. Why am I doing this? Because those eye doctors, they keep telling me to take a break from looking at the screen. 5 minutes every hour is what they subscribe. And also, replenish your fluids. You need to drink lots in the day. Also, open a window. Don't you know? Don't you know, if your room is not well ventilated, you could be cutting off oxygen from your brain and lowering your cognition. You don't want to lower your cognition. Trust me, open a window, damn it. Open a window and look outside and drink water. And if someone sees you doing it, so be it. Anyway, I said to those doctors, I said, do you know I stream? I can't take 5 minutes off, so let's get back into it. Not you, you still got to take the rest of your eye break. What are you doing? Don't look at the screen. I'm not doing anything here, I swear. Maybe some plotted plants would look cool in this area. A little arrangement. Oh, they're quite big. They are quite big, aren't they? I think what we'll do is have some plotted plants in this row and then one over the front. So that's going to be like the theme of this area. Is that there are potted plants on display. When they came to me and they said, Asuma, we need to make the place look real good. I said, plotted plant. And then I realised that plotted plants is not a thing I say very well. See, those ones are smaller, damn it. We need big ones. Are you small ones? So 1, 2, is that one's got to be bigger then? No. So they're not organised by size. Maybe we're stuck with just 2 designs then. That's fine, we can make it work. Oh, we could also change the colour and put some red in there as well. Okay, that's looking alright, and then we need something to go on the floor in the areas in front, I think. Let's go for some of these little window boxes, perhaps. Or maybe scroll through just a little bit more. There's some shrubs. Not so keen on that. Taperi, we've done all that. Rocks, trees, flowers, tulip patch. Oh, I like that. We could have a little checkered pattern of orange and white across the front here. This will definitely have to come with some fence work around it, I think. So now we will change the colour to white and close that. Okay, then go back into our decorations and look for fences. Yes, we had seen these before. There's quite a few nice designs here. I'm gonna go with that one. Oh, look at that, nice and easy to build. Oh, that's looking glorious. That is some nice fencing. Just appreciating the fencing. That fence is really well painted. Okay, that is actually looking great. I really like this. Right, and I think maybe leaving some of it as just grass is kind of nice as well. I think this spot here just needs a little tree in it or something, you know. Need benches and trash cans on the path too, says Alec. Well, thank you for the reminder. Thank you for the reminder. Let's put some of these in that space, and I think that'll do. Gorgeous. I'm really liking that. Okay, so now we need to sort out our benches. I think I like that. I think I like that. It's kind of quaint and simple. We don't want to have too many, so let's go 1, 2 at the bottom. Maybe opposite those 1, 2, 3. You can sit and appreciate the trees there. I think I might have overdone it. Okay, another 2 there. Right, then in this area, I think we'll put them... Actually, I don't think we will have them. We'll have them on these areas that have got this behind it, right? Okay, and that feels like a nice spacing. And that's the benches. We also got lamps. Goodness me, I forgot about lighting. Path signs, trash bins. I'm drowning in options, people. I'm drowning in those options. Okay, I think we'll put these on the... Oh, right, they go on the side, not the corner. Let's put one over here. Okay, it doesn't want to go there. Edge of a path. Was I not trying to do that? Not sure if we should really worry about the spacing too much. We'll have those at the edge, the front. Cool. I wonder. I can hold down Alt and place it. But not when on a path. All right, actually no, they have to snap to the path. Apparently, someone says I'm turning this into a landscape simulator. I mean, it kind of already is, right? Kind of already is. All right, so we've done that aspect of this area. Now we've got to do. Signs, trash bins. We won't have a load of these. Can I put that in the corner? One in the corner there. One in this corner. One in the middle. Oh, it actually doesn't go in the corner. It goes to that bit there. So that'll do. Alright, I think that looks pretty nice. That looks really, really nice. And that'll be that area there pretty much finished. So when we move into this area, we'll probably use rocks or something like that. Now what we want to do is put in those shops. Going to expand this. It's only dirt actually, so let's get some concrete going on in here. I like the idea of this going up the top and just disappearing when you want it to. We'll actually have that go right along the side there, I think. And we will have a seating area with room for trees and stuff in between. Actually, how do I want to do this? No, I think what we'll do is we'll have our shop path go like so. Okay, then we can create a little seating area through like this. We'll use a different design for that. Okay, let's go with, what's that? Wood? Wood on the ground? Got to get rid of the other one first, have I? Bit different, but that'll be okay. So that'll be our seating area. So then our shops go here. Do you know, I think we've got room for more. Definitely got room for more here. So let's go really try and utilise that space. And then we can make this seated area even bigger. I think something like that. Alright, so let's get our shops in place. We're going to have toilets. We'll put the toilets in the middle. There is no middle. So we'll have toilets there. Is there like an information kiosk? Depot, staff room. Staff training room, awesome. And then the transport chutes. Tiribo says, X, the peeps in the park like rain cover. What about an inside seating area? Yeah, we could put up some of those things. It would make it a little bit tricky to see entirely what's going on. we'll just leave that space blank and maybe put an information kiosk next to it. So we've got burgers, fruit juices. Okay, I'm going to put burgers on the edge there. And fruit juice. And pretzels. So we'll just develop this part for now. So they're going to need that access. That and that is pretty simple. Then we'll go there. That looks alright. Alright, then I think we want to think about... peeps. I think we want to think. By the way, while I'm doing this, I think I'll stop talking about my thought process. I did want to... Oh, that's good for what I want. Or is it? It kind of wouldn't work. Well, I could do that. Anyway, what I wanted to talk about was two things going on in and around my channel. So there's the Factorio on the main channel, and then I had some PC issues, which I wanted to talk about. So let's talk about the PC stuff first, I reckon. So you're in the know as to what's going on. So I was rendering a video yesterday, and my computer crashed near the end of rendering it. And since then, it has not been able to render videos again. What's really strange is that I can load up Vegas, right? Load up my project, and then I will be able to render the video. But as soon as I render it, nothing will happen. So I have to force close the program because it locks up. If I try and load it again, it hangs when it's loading the... I forget the name of it, but this... It says like, you know, loading... It's the bit where it loads up all the stuff to render the video. It hangs there, and I had to do a bunch of stuff with uninstalling drivers, reinstalling them, reinstalling programs, and ran into a lot of like computer crashing when loading up. It hanging in a lot of places. At one point, I had to load the computer with like no drivers for the screen, and when I tried to go into safe mode, there was issues. It was really quite ropey, and it reminded me, it was like a kick up the bum to get this new computer sorted out. I've been umming and ahhing about it for ages. Now, my philosophy is that I like to make things last. To me, it is important that we make the things that we have access to last a long time and be economic with them. And I wanted to do that with my computer. I got it in... I got my computer in... 2011 or no, the end of 2011 to 2012. It's 7 years old. It has been upgraded with hard drives, SSDs, that transition, and a new what do you call it, was put in, graphics card, a GTX 970, and it seems to be the 970 that's playing up when it tries to render. So it made me realize that I've got to upgrade. Now I was trying to get a sponsored PC because PCs are expensive, and you know, I could perhaps have a partnership with... That doesn't look quite as nice, does it? I could have a partnership with, you know, a company or whatever that make computers and offset the cost, which is what I wanted to do. And it didn't go anywhere. I was trying to... Oh, this thing isn't aligned to the path. I was trying to get something going, and just nothing happened for 2 months, which is a bit of a shame because I would have liked to have pursued that and see how I felt about it. But yeah, it hasn't worked out. So I've had to bite the bullet and buy a new computer because I can only render videos incredibly slow using my CPU, which is many years old now. It's like, I think it's like 6 generations behind the latest. Alright. And let's rotate. Space, that's the one, and then hold down Alt. So I had to emergency buy a new computer. So yesterday was kind of stressful, you know, figuring out I got something really wrong with my computer, I need to fix it, I can't, I now have to figure out how to buy a new computer, what am I going to buy, etc. Now that is odd. So why did it let me put that one in the middle? Maybe I actually free placed that one, and that's the difference. So in theory, I might even be able to make that look a little bit nicer. Okay, that is a tiny bit nicer, perhaps. Ooh, what is that? What is that? Is that like a... Whoa, hang on a second. This could be beautiful. Dude, this looks fancy now. I like that. Right, it is very hard for me to multitask and talk about two things at once. Dread Vink says, after 7 years you got out of your investment. Totally changing is considered a realistic option, especially for you. You are probably right. Here's my thing though. My workflow on my computer is fine. I do not need to squeeze any extra seconds out of rendering time, although I would now that it takes an hour and a half to render a 20-minute video. And I can stream, okay? Like, this might not be the most crisp, brilliant as possible video quality, but, I mean, it's completely adequate for watching, in my opinion. And I am not about trying to squeeze, maximum performance and get all fancy latest features or whatever. I am really quite content with the computer how it is at the moment. Unfortunately, the CPU isn't good enough to keep up with Minecraft. Playing on Hermitcraft gets pretty laggy. So if it weren't for that, I would be happy to continue with this. I don't play games that are intensive on my graphics card, and I would really have loved for this computer to have kept going, and it was close to doing so. But with what happened yesterday, it was a reminder that it is old, and that things are going to go wrong and they're going to be difficult to fix, and I couldn't fix it. So anyway, that gave me a headache, and one of the things I've been doing lately is trying to get into meditation, and I've been especially interested in something called Mindfulness, which is related to meditation, but it's very much about developing a perspective on life and on other people and on the world that lets you see the best of a situation and appreciate the best of a scenario. And I kept trying to go to that place in my mind while I was getting stressed out, restarting the computer, trying to fix things not going well. And it weren't until all the way after, when I had to drive somewhere, so I thought I'd take the long way just to calm myself down and chill out a bit, and this thought popped into my head. I was just thinking, like, how lucky am I that a problem comes my way and I can actually, like that, just be able to go, okay, I have to do this, buy a computer, we've got Amazon, stuff's going to get delivered in a couple of days, and all of this will be done within a week. Like, how fortunate am I to be in that position, right? And before I'm stressing out like, oh no, my computer's crashing, what am I going to do? You got to learn to reshape your perspective sometimes and think about things differently. And fortunately, I was able to do that. Well, I say fortunately. Unfortunately, that thought came to me after I was done with everything, which is probably why I managed to think about it then, because I was no longer stressing out. It was like, okay, this has happened, deal with it. And now what's next? What am I doing next? I'm going to stream tomorrow morning, because I then eventually learned that this problem doesn't affect streaming or recording, believe it or not, so I can still produce videos. Just takes a very long time to render them. I don't think a computer being old should make things go any more wrong. You could probably get away with a cleaning store if you really wanted to, says Mooma Bajuma. Well, maybe I could have, but I was already on that path of like, I need to sort this out for Minecraft performance, because that's where the videos do genuinely suffer. But I couldn't really do a cleaning store or anything, just because it was so difficult to try and isolate the problem and get the graphics drivers sorted out without the computer seemingly falling apart. Maybe I could have handled it differently. Maybe I could have done something a little different, but it didn't turn out to be so yesterday. You see, today I could spend some time trying to figure it out and get into it again, but that stuff just really stresses me out. And I've ordered this other computer, it's on the way. Yeah, so the plan now is really just to get this new computer up and running, and then when it is, I can look at fixing this one again and use it as a backup computer. But it's you could have taken a different course of action, right? But I think at some point you just need to not worry about it anymore, and that point has come for me. Alright, so that's a really cool little seating area there, isn't it? I think we'll put in some details on the other side. Maybe try and find something we haven't... Like this taperi stuff's cool, we need something we haven't used as much. I'm saving the rocks for the net, maybe some logs. Just a couple of these just lying around. Can you be like a branch? Oh, you replace it if you go there. Okay, that's fair enough. I think it's going to need some grass and stuff in there as well. So I'll keep doing these details. Xero says, couple of days. I've been trying to get my new monitor replaced, DOA. And Asus support are horrible. Well, they're okay, but after asking what day I wanted the courier to come, they booked a day I specifically couldn't do. After many re-re-res, I haven't heard from them, and I have dead pixels smack in the middle of my monitor. Yeah, I mean, that's another thing, right? It all seems fine as a plan right now. Hey, this stuff's going to arrive and everything will be okay, but anything can go wrong. I hope it doesn't. I mean, I'm sorry to hear you got some issues there. They do happen, don't they? I mean, I might assemble the computer and the motherboard's bust, or who knows. Like, yeah, I guess more can go wrong. It's funny though, because in this mindfulness thing that I'm doing with the meditation, the guy talks about like how you get worked up and worried about things happening, like stuff, you know, breaking, things that you have essentially no control over, right? And he says, but like it's absolutely inevitable that at different points in your life, challenges and things that go wrong are going to come up in front of you, and they're always probably going to happen at inconvenient times. So like, you can say like, make the best of it. These challenges will come. You can be prepared. You can embrace the challenge. And I was listening to it. I was thinking, yeah, like, you know, every now and then the computer goes wrong and this and that, and like it ends up with me feeling stressed out and worked up, and like, what can I do to not fall into that trap? And like, I hadn't had enough time to really sit and think on those thoughts, because hey, it happened like the next day something comes my way, you know. Murphy's Law, what can go wrong will go wrong. Yes, but reframed in the perspective of like, not only do we know that what will go wrong can be wrong, keep it in mind that any day you wake up, something can change. You get a phone call, some bad news, something goes wrong with your computer, whatever. Like, it is an absolutely inevitable that at some point challenges are going to come your way. And me just thinking about it like that, I didn't have the time to think on it as much, but it makes you realise that, you know, you need to be prepared to deal with these in the best way possible, so you don't get all stressed out like I do. I get really easily stressed out. Spangleboo is here with a donation, a noise in the ear, says, Morning X, I just wanted to say that mindfulness and meditation is a wonderful thing to be doing. I recently finished treatment for PTSD after I was assaulted. Spangle, I did not know that happened to you, I'm so sorry. The main part of the treatment was mindfulness. It helps a lot with things, keep it up. Yeah, I've been very drawn to it like a magnet, like just the idea of those sorts of things. Another example is that it talks about like relations that you have with people and how you can get irritated by people. Everyone knows this, like your family or whatever. You get irritated by how someone does one thing or another thing, and yet, like, if they were dead, if they were gone, you would want nothing more than to be irritated in that way that they irritate you, right? And so, the mindfulness is just like really a great way of putting things in perspective. Spangle, thank you so much for your donation. I appreciate it ever so much, and I'm glad that it has helped you. It's helping me, and I guess for anyone else watching, like, this is something to think about. Yeah, like, you look into these things. I really think we should be looking at ourselves with a kind of mindset of like, we can change. We can look at ourselves and see things we don't like and try and make a difference. And I don't think that's a bad thing. I think that's something we should all be able to do. I think there's nothing wrong with like identifying. What is this? Ooh. Oh, you can go for that. I see. What I'd like to do right now is like, aha, and we can. Good stuff. Yeah, anyway, and mindfulness is just a part of like self-improvement. It's about looking inwards on yourself and figuring out what is it about you that could be different, could be better. Like, why would you not want to try and be a better version of yourself? There we go, they were never the same, were they? Sonny says at least the most important stuff is on GitHub. Okay, is that not related to what we're talking about? Spangle says, I'm good. I wouldn't have said it if I wasn't. The meditation and mindfulness helps a lot with compassion for others and allows that same compassion for ourselves. Absolutely. I'm glad to hear you're doing good now, Spangle. That's really positive. Emil Lurk says, every time both my parents would want leave me, my parents would want to leave for a short time, I'd ask them who would look after me. Would want to leave for a short time. Not quite sure what you mean by that. Jack Reed says, but some of us actually like being angry and stressed when the situation calls for it. There's some truth in that, for sure. For sure. I think you're identifying that you can take pleasure out of like a not so great situation. Like I like to moan. Like everyone likes to moan in England. It's like a British thing, right? People like a good old moan. I guess if it works, if you're really sure it works for you, that's fine. But I look at myself and I see some like patterns of behaviour where I get, you know, stressed out, or I say the wrong things, or I don't know, maybe even taking some enjoyment in an argument or whatever, where I feel like that's actually not good. But that I can only speak for me, right? Okay, we're gonna fence up a lot of this, so the rocky area is all separate. So this is gonna have like a much more industrialized vibe. This area, it's like these rides are sort of hemmed in here into this area. Okay, I don't think we'll link that area just up just yet, because I'm not sure what's quite happening with that. So that looks pretty cool. I guess we've got to put in our rocks now. Drashen Shimmer says, hey, I just wanted to mention there are some sorts of meditation / stuff that are useful for a lot of people but not healthy for some other people with depression and ADHD, for example. So if it doesn't work that okay, not everything is equally good for everyone. That's very true. That's very true. I think we're talking though about a minority. Like, I don't think it's like, what would be a analogy? Like, well, it's same of all things, but like exercise is genuinely good for every single person unless you have some sort of rare health condition, right? Like, exercise is well and truly good for your mind and your body. And I think something like meditation is probably going to be good for most people. But yeah, I mean, maybe you're listening to this and thinking, I'll give that a try, and you don't like it. That's absolutely fine if you don't like it. Oh yeah, didn't I grid align that first one? We should totally not do that. Totally not do that. Might be a struggle to make this look good, you know. I think we should just go through them one by one. What is that? Oh jeez! That's genius. That is genius right there. This one's quite big, even at one, so I think we'll only use a few slabs of this. Maybe halfway between those. I've been watching Wells's Parkitect as well. Both yours and his park are amazing and gorgeous, says Farron Lee. Thank you. I didn't actually get around to watch Wells. I just saw his video of it and I was like, oh, that game. Yeah, I need to watch this. I never got around to actually watching it. As you may be aware, I've had some issues. I'll put one over here. One over there. Okay, it would be nice if these ones were a bit smaller. Look, they're massive. Massive rocks. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Some nice old fractal pieces. I am actually aiming to kind of try and fill in a lot of this space, so it's not all that flat. So this one will probably be way more common. Also, that tree is now effectively on the concrete, but that's our little secret right there. That is our little secret, my friends. Alright, so we talked about one thing, which was the PC. I may make an assembly video. I will probably share the stats with you at some point. I have put in a fair amount of money to it. Not quite double, but almost double what I've spent on a computer before. I was actually quite surprised with that. It feels like a really big boost. I've got like the top-end CPU for single-threaded performance, which is important for Minecraft. It will aid rendering videos, and I got a GTX 1070 is another thing, but I'll talk more about the details another time. The reason I got a 1070 is because I wanted to increase what I currently have for rendering times, but the way the price scales up to the 270, it just felt like I didn't need to get a massive improvement out of my rendering time. So what I've got, this new one, is fine, but these 280s, 260s, reading some and ah reviews about them, I think what happens is the graphics cards first come out, they're very expensive, and then as they get refined and the price comes down, they also improve in stability. And I would rather just not run into any issues like that and be able to, you know, get some solid performance out of it. I mean, I don't even really play anything taxing. When I played Doom, I wasn't looking at this thinking I need more frames, I need more graphics fidelity. It was fine. I'm quite content with the performance of the 970, so going up a generation should be pretty good. I got one of these mid-ranged tweak ones. I did actually want to get the lowest one, but it was kind of pricey for some reason. So what Asus do is they seem to scale up the graphics card with different amount of fans and clock speeds. So you can have 3 fans on an overclocked one, 2 is sort of mid-range, and then you can have a 1 fan one, which is designed to keep the graphics card running under its normal clock speed, meaning it should last, in theory, like a relatively long time. Okay, I think we've gone through all of these now, so just look for some dull spots, and it's not actually the best theming, really, is it? It kind of looks a bit... Alright, you've done that, fair enough, but there we go, it is what it is. Need some big signs, I think. That's one thing this game might be missing. If I type in sign, need some big theatrical themed signs. What is that, a spire? That is a weird thing. We can also add lights, I just noticed. Let's try that. Spotlight, floating light, string lights. Ooh. Let's go for some white lights. Actually, whoa. Okay, it gives me a bunch of colours to choose from. So if we've gone green, yellow, blue, let's do the same thing. Red, green, yellow, and blue, like that. That might look cool in this area. Nah, it's a bit of a party vibe, but I think it actually looks good. It looks like the moon, says Hansoak. Yeah, looks like the moon. Oh look, there's signs like that. I think what I was looking for is here. It's about the only thing we're going to get. So I could put that... Is that a one-way sign? I think that's actually a directional sign. Or no, is it just showing me the way? Like, I want a sign that says... Okay, right, it's an option thing, so we can... Let's call it moon base. What's that do? Ooh. I don't know what these symbols mean. Right, so that's moon base. We'll call this one Parkland, because I'm so brilliant at coming up with names. Parkland. What a terrible name. Oh, is there 3 entrances for that one? Fair enough. Cool, and over here as well. And a lot of space. Awesome. I think we're close to opening the park soon. This one doesn't have access, I've noticed, but I don't think it needs access by the looks of it. This actually looks quite cool now that we zoomed out and looked at it from over here. We'll continue the theme around the back eventually. So we've got Parklands, Moonbase, and we'll call this Pleasantville. I don't know. We'll actually not give that one a sign for now. Those signs is me playing RCT2, says Turbo. And everyone who plays RCT2 at one point or another has put 2 no entry signs facing into each other, so you crowd all your guests into one spot. By the way, we had a donation 4 minutes ago and I got distracted, so I'm ever so sorry, Zaperion. I appreciate your donation and hope you're still there. Saying, I'm happy to hear meditation is working out for you. I've been listening to this one podcast where meditation is often a topic, and it's become a really good way for me to focus and deal with issues calmly and rationally. That's terrific, man. I'm doing a course, and it's an app, so it's guided meditations. You listen to audio clips. I mean, from what I've read there, it sounds like you've just heard of it and then gone and like tried to do it yourself. I think like everyone understands the concept of like trying to remove thought. I think the guided thing helps a fair bit, but really what's the most important thing is practicing it. Anyway, if anyone's interested in it, it's called Waking Up, and if you can't afford it, his business model will actually, you can send him an email or them, and they'll actually give you like access to it for free if you can't afford it, which is really nice. So keep that in mind if you're interested. Emil Lurk says, did you prank Iskal already? I did not prank Iskal already. Why already? Was I supposed to have pranked him? This area here, we need to put seating and bins in quickly, and lamps. Let's quickly add that one, I think, probably would suit this area the most. Yeah, let's add 2 there, 1 here, 2 over here, maybe 1 there. So they're plotted about a bit. And then benches and bins. Not sure. Probably that one. Only because only by colour would it suit this area. Let's add 2 over there. I'm gonna put 4 in here. Let's put 2 in the corner as well. That's pretty good. Bins. Keep the park nice and get the matching one. Put 1 there, put 1 here, and that'll do, I think. Looking great, looking really great. Rebile says, will Factorio series on your YouTube channel be discontinued? What did you mean by it being poorly received? I love the episode, can't wait for another one. Okay, so that's the other topic that I wanted to talk about. So we talked about the computer stuff, that's awesome. Let's talk about the Factorio thing. Let's also just discuss what we're going to do next. I think we should just open the park like this, and I'll start to do research, and we'll just let things happen. I'll go in here and I'll tweak prices. In fact, actually, let's just leave everything at default to begin with. Tweak things later. So you bring in it supplies. Do we even have a supply person? Right, so basically I've been planning to do a Factorio series, and I put up the first episode yesterday. I wasn't really expecting, you know, anything crazy as a response, but it was so much lower than I thought it would be. And the first episode of a series will always have about double the views of the next episode. Then that one will probably have about 2/3 of the one after. And that's like a very common thing that you see with these series. Oh, we already had one, okay. Get a mechanic in. So I know how the series is going to play out on my channel, and the problem is that YouTube suppresses and exposes your videos based on the performance of other ones. Now, I had a few people tweeting me saying like, no, it's not, you're talking nonsense. Like, you're listening to someone who has done this job for years, spends a lot of time researching the latest on what's happening at YouTube, SEO practices. I do experiments, I've done them for years. I know how to read my channel and see what's going on. I know where traffic comes from. I know what I'm talking about is what I'm saying, right? Like, I had a few people say, it's nonsense. It's absolutely true, right? And I can see it because of the strategies that I've applied to my channel over the years and the changes that I made. And one of the things I told myself probably a year ago is that the main channel is just going to be Minecraft, because YouTube will not really let you branch out without it hurting your series. So what this means is if I want to do Minecraft and a different game like Factorio, my Minecraft views go down while the other views are lower, okay? And that is not an exaggeration. That is something that I've statistically seen. You can even go back and look for the patterns, right? Like last year, Season 5 was going really great, lots of views, awesome. I'd stuck to that strategy, and then I decided in December, the month of increased ad revenue, I thought, oh, now's the time, you know, let's give it a try again. Let's play a different game on the side. So I started up this other game called, it's a ski lift simulator game. And it tanked the views on my Hermitcraft. You can just go back in time and look at my videos and you'll see the effect. Because I did extra videos each day, the views on them are lower, and so YouTube's algorithm went, oh look, people aren't as interested in his videos, let's not expose the other ones as much, because portions of your traffic, large portions, does not come from the subscription feed. It comes from your subscription base, but a lot of people see it in the home feed as opposed to the subscription feed, and also people get recommended it outside. I just realised all of these are off, so let's turn them on and get people inside. Carried Away. It just had its full release, but it's a shame they changed the name. Oh, they changed the name. Huh. I would have loved to have kept playing that, but I had to stop because it was hurting the channel drastically. Factorio will do the same if I put it out on the main channel. I was kind of hoping after streaming it for a month that it would, I don't know, I was very excited by it, I guess, and maybe if I'd have thought it through a little bit more, I should know that this doesn't work. Nether Cultist says, I have no idea how YouTube works, so I trust what you say. Well, I'm glad you put trust in me. I hope it is. I mean, I'm very confident on what I'm saying, just because I have well and truly researched this, talked to other YouTubers, see it on my own channel, etc. I know how to do this stuff, right? So anyway, if I run Factorio, this means videos come out that have less views, and therefore will pull the views down of my main series and my snapshot videos, and you know, that's my bread and butter, and Factorio is fun that I'm having on the side, supposedly. Now, the act of putting different games into streams seems to have worked out really well. Twitch doesn't really hurt you. Twitch has a much more flat system, right? Like, people get notified of when you go live. It's about exposing you when you're live, when you're streaming. This is happening, this person. They don't do this sort of like, oh, you've had less viewers the last few weeks, so we won't tell as many of your people you're streaming. Whereas that's what YouTube does. You know, if your views start to go down a little bit, you have to do something to bring them back up, you know. Anyway, right, we're doing research. We have a team. The monthly budget, I'm going to slide up just because I'd like to unlock some stuff and do it soon. And there we go. That's part of our budget now. We don't have many people coming into the park. We're probably hemorrhaging money. Okay, now people are starting to come in. I wonder if we could make an advertising. Oh wow, it's quite kind of big. Advertising campaign would be nice. Sonny says, yeah, YouTube always finds a new way to improve their system. I mean, YouTube are doing their thing, right? Like, this is their business strategy, it's their plan. It makes sense from their perspective to drive viewership. It feels punishing if you're a YouTuber on the wrong end of the stick. The other thing is, you know, I might sound like I'm having a moan, okay? I'm kind of just saying what it is, how it is, and I'll deal with it. Because the other end of the flip is my snapshot videos absolutely blow up because I know how to, air quotes, game the system. I know the practice you're supposed to do for making sure videos like that reach the people who are interested in it. So on the inverse side, to me talking about Factorio, and it might sound like I'm having a moan, I can also say I benefited from the way that YouTube works by figuring it out. And where is that? There's a path tool here. And yeah, anyway, my snapshot videos, you know, they blow up. They get tons and tons of views because I know how to make them in a way that means YouTube goes, this is a good video, let's show it to all the Minecraft people who are interested in snapshots. And that's just is how it is. That's how YouTube works, and my way to adapt to it is that I will unfortunately have to probably you know, stop the Factorio series on the main channel, and I think I'll be fine putting it on the second channel with hardly any views because I really like that game, and it engages the good aspects of gaming, puzzles and logic and figuring things out, problem solving. All of that stuff to me feels really great when playing a game. What I don't like is playing a game like that is immersive, something that's like escapey, you know. I can't really think of an example because I hardly ever play those games anymore. But if it's got me doing something, if the game has got my brain ticking over, then that's good. Creativity like this, creating, you know, bringing all these different things together like decorations and whatnot. Also, there's like another challenge of management here. Management always gets me interested. That kind of stuff I'm cool with playing. Anyway, it's a game that very much has the right kind of things that I like, right? So maybe we shouldn't change so drastic. Let's go 180. Over here we'll go for 180 as well. So these ones will go a little bit higher. We're gonna get some feedback soon, I hope. Let's go 280. 250 there. This one will be 280. We also charge no entry fee. Let's go into this area. There it is, pretzels. 20. Burgers. Go for 2. And your drinks, 220. And toilets, usually you keep those free. Yeah, we'll keep it free. Badger says, so glad you have a second channel, but it annoys the hell out of me that you will have to have one or your other channel will essentially fail. Yeah, I mean, what's annoying to me about the second channel is that you fracture your audience, right? I can mention the second channel as much as I like, but people don't go to something and then go, right, now I need to know, like, what's the know-how of this channel? That would be something really nice, actually, if there was a way that I could always direct people to this one thing that's like, hey, I do streaming, I have a second channel. But even then, if you did direct them to that, it doesn't mean people are going to subscribe. Like, I would like for people to be subscribed to both channels, but it don't work that way. And what's so weird about this whole algorithm thing is that I put a game I wanted to put on my main channel for ages on my second channel, and it got caught up by the YouTube algorithm. That were on my main channel, it could have done even better. And by that one doing well, it would have boosted views on my other content as well. It's such a thing. It's such a thing, YouTube. I think the act of trial running like a new thing on the main channel is probably pretty smart. Because if it don't take off, then it's going to drag other stuff down. Sass says, always put toilet on 10p. Made millions from that. Millions? Go on then, we'll put it on 10p. Millions from 10p, eh? Right, so I adjusted that and I've noticed that our costs are going upwards a little bit. What we probably need is a money maker, right? We need a roller coaster. Let's pause the game. I mean, we can't do this without having a roller coaster. And all we got is the mini coaster. Maybe we should wait until the research comes through. Even the date is the same as RCT2. Year 1, March. How close are we? 3 weeks. Should we speed up the game and just let it do its thing? Okay, the rain... What does the rain do for guests? Does it make them want to leave? Excuse me. That just says everyone wheeze. Okay. Flying Dutchman says, is it better having one channel with 100k views or two channels with 50 views? No idea, really. No idea. The question probably needs to be more detailed than that. Have you tried Astroneer X as HSW? Yep, played loads of Astroneer in the past. Modarang, welcome to the stream. 10p for a toilet, outrageous, says HDC. I think you pay like 30 or 40p down at King's Cross. I never use those toilets. It's ridiculous to pay money to use a toilet. That's spinning very fast. I wouldn't want to be in there. The triple speed doesn't feel that fast, to be fair. Like, if you really want to pass the time, this is kind of slow. I think maybe we'll build a spiral slide in this corner. Oh, did that wrong. In this corner here. So we're going to have a building there, but it needs a path behind it. So, I'm sorry, Turtle Shrine, but you might be a goner. You're a goner! Okay, I'm going to put the entrance on that side and the exit on that side. And then we'll build the path. We're going to... Oh, look, it takes on the dirt path, doesn't it? So I can match that. No, that's not how it worked. I think it was a separate tool that did that. In fact, if I do that, does it? Yeah, it brings the colours across. Let's go with that one there. And we'll have that. Awesome. Is this thing open? It should be open. Let's put it up to 120. You can add synchronized stations. That's crazy. Hey, have fun. Okay, now this is like an in the corner bit. Let's decorate it with some flowers and stuff. I like immersive story-driven RPGs and sandboxes from time to time, but my type of game is management and creativity too. I enjoy Frostpunk and Oxygen not included now. I think I played Frostpunk. Is that the game where you're on a cliff and you've got to build a city? I kind of played it through and didn't really feel like there was much of a challenge that I was interested in. Okay, let's do every other on that side. There's going to be a path there, and so can we continue that pattern? We can. It would be like that. Okay, let's go back into the flower box. Choose one with a different border and a different colour. We'll go for purple to match the slide. Anyway, I guess the result of our Factorio talk is that, hey, that video will probably be moved to the second channel and the series will resume over there. That's pretty much it. This really does look like, a lot like RCT2, HD remake, GJ? Parkitect creators? What's GJ? Good job. Ah, good job. Of course it is. And Irium says X research is done. Thank you for letting me know. Let's slow this down. We're still hemorrhaging money. I guess my research budget should probably be lower. We'll put it down to like 150. Oh, guest satisfaction rate is high. Very nice. Was that a research result? Did I get a thrill ride? Oh, I just realised I wanted to do a roller coaster and I selected thrill ride. Let's go back. Let's put it back up then. Oh, what a dum-dum. Let's do coasters, yeah. We can hire a new research team for 5,000. Goodness me. Alright, I think top spin will be the other one of this moon park, right? And I guess the moon park is now going to go around the corner. Unless we build a path across the front and have it over the back here. And I think that's what we'll do. We'll put that there. Entrance and exit. And let's go build a path. So it remembers the one we had before. I think we'll do that and make all of this part of the moon. Okay, so if I grab that, how do I then apply it to this? I think I have to build the path first, right? Let's make the queuing area a teeny tiny bit bigger. Then I grab that. Ha! Gotcha. Gotcha. That's a really good tool. Surprise Tolba says, welcome to capitalism. YouTube doesn't care about your livelihood, it cares about its own, and their algorithms are doing great for them. Maybe. I always think things are a little bit more complicated and multifaceted than that. Like, there's people that work at YouTube that will care about their creators, right? But the system as a whole certainly puts some distance between creators and the platform. And obviously its priority is to make money, and that feels like sometimes we are second best to that. Definitely feels like that. Ah, okay, I see what I did there. So I need to go a bit bigger. I don't think it charges you for changing the terrain, which is nice. It's very nice. Very nice. Did you open top spin, says Sass? I don't think I did. Now, I think they're on the back side like that. So I have room for other things, right? Problems in your nearby theme park attracts more visitors to you. Oh, right, okay. At first I was like, no, what's happening? Oh, okay, that's a good thing. It should have said good news. A ride crashed and killed people at another park. Now they're coming to yours. That's not good news. Oh, I can't imagine X watching Borat. What? That's like one of my most favourite comedies ever. That comedy is genius. I mean, that was so huge when it came out. That was like a real big deal. Let's go and add in that staff path and start to hide some of that stuff, because we're going to have shops over here. That's one of the other things we want to research. Also, you, mate, probably shouldn't be over there. Should probably be in this part, okay? Jeff Little, right? Get in the park and entertain people. Jeez, Jeff. We should see if we can change the costume. Oh, what are you doing? You're glowing now, are ya? Inventory, stats. Can I... What's that? I don't know what that is. Let's not select it. No zone, work where needed. Okay. Yeah, what I want to do is, can we get a entertainer that isn't a raptor? Yes. A robot might suit the moon area. Let's give you a white uniform and hire you and put you here. Now let's attach you to a zone. Okay, now where... No zone, work where needed. Now how do I create a zone? Zones, that looks like. Left click to drag and place a zone. Okay, so our zone is that area. Zone 1. How do I change the name of Zone 1? Don't know, but it will do. Zone 1. You now work in Zone 1, my friend. So we're going to have a little robot spaceman entertaining the peeps. I love it. I don't find Borat cringeworthy, says Orbiterfold. I mean, the cringe in Borat is, if there is any, is not at Borat, is it? Or the show itself. It's at people's... Like, what the genius of Borat is that it brings out people's biases, right? It brings out their bigotry as well. And it shows how uncomfortable people can be with people who are different and what they expect of them. You know, because the idea is to play on the whole cultural difference thing and see how people react to it. If people are accepting or if they don't get it or whatever. I think it's genius. Absolutely genius. Okay, there we go. Some good old benches around the place. We've got to do that in here, haven't we? Let's use our part picker. And, oh, it's raining again. Miserable. We'll put a trash can over here. Trash can over there. We've got to get lamps in here. The lamps don't make a lot of light in this area. Okay, next one. I keep wanting to press a button on my keyboard to get rid of it, like on Factorio. That's what I'm doing right now. Okay, the benches can go in the corners. And we'll have one over there as well at the exit. This thing needs to be opened, by the way. Okay, this one though, $3. Let's jump it up to $3.50. That's quite a bit, right? Oh, it can't run in the rain or something? Thunder and rain. Oh wow, look, the lights are turning on. That's amazing. Oh, that's really cool. X, you are forgetting something, Winky Face. What am I forgetting? Jeez. I've just noticed what the time is. I can't believe how long we've been streaming for. Goodness me. The Ferris wheel is broken, people are saying. No outstanding jobs. Right, interesting. Expenses and revenue. So this one we need to charge more for. Expenses and revenue. We need to charge more for it. That might not be the best approach. It might be about getting more peeps into the park, but we've got... Right, that one's doing great, so we'll leave it alone. Expenses and revenue. This one's doing good too. So the thrill rides are making the better difference here. Cool. And this one just opened, so we might not see much straight away. This is a suit is not black. What? Team 1 has finished their research. Swinging ship now available. Didn't I tell them to do a coaster? I guess the last bit hung over a bit. Well, a swinging ship definitely wouldn't go in this area, so I don't know where it's going to go. Really nice park so far though, right? Shame about us not really making any money. I'm still spending lots, so I think what it said to look at was operating. We have to wait for these things to turn a profit, I guess. We might need to manage staff better, I'm not sure. Groovy, says Rubal. Groovy indeed. Groovy indeed. Anyway, massive thank you to everyone for coming out today. If you haven't hit the follow button here on Twitch, I recommend that you do so. I will be sure to save the game in just a second, don't you worry. That is the end of the stream, my friends. Big thank you to everyone who subscribed, resubscribed, donated and cheered. Thanks to all the people who are lurking, who are hanging out in chat. I always appreciate you coming by and hanging out with me. What we'll do is pick a random Parkitect channel, and then we will go and raid that Parkitect channel. And there's like just Chinese or Japanese channels playing. So go check out the Parkitect area of Twitch if you are speaking those languages. Korean is what one of them is. I guess I'll just do a raid on my buddy Jax Mackey for now, since there's not much other Parkitect action. Alright peeps, thank you ever so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.